Welcome to the show. VH bomb in the lab, cooking feel on screen. Zesty vibes loud, turn cringe to a meme. All your filters off, it's a wild reveal. One edit from me and the fiction gets real. Play that tape.
So in regards to that methodology, I changed it. Over the years, I evolved, particularly when I became a streamer in 2017. I said, well, if we're going to do these live streams and they're interactive, then it's okay if I take my time. Because if I take my time, we can enjoy the game and react to it together. We could have conversation about it live. It's more of a social aspect rather than me just sitting here playing the game offline for myself. So let's do that. And we did. And my playthroughs became more lengthy, more drawn out, seeing more side content. I replayed old games that I had rushed through previously, this time doing more full and complex playthroughs that I really enjoy. And so everything changed for the better. But now what's happened is culture has changed. Everyone wants instant gratification. Everyone wants everything right away without having to wait a long time for it. And people want to talk about a game for literally 3 days and then move on to the next. Clair Obscure was hot for a week, but if you didn't know all about it in the first week, no one cares about it week 2. But wait a minute, it's a 60-hour game. How can I ever get through the old cold game in a week? Too bad, we're on to the next already. That's how gaming is now. That's not how it used to be, but that's just how it is. So now, when a lengthy game comes out, and I'm thinking to myself, well, everyone's telling me to play it. Everyone says I don't skip it because it's going to be the biggest game ever. All right, I'll try it. And then I play it at my own pace. We're enjoying it. Oh, you're doing it wrong. What do you mean? Well, everyone else already beat it. I only played it for a week. Yeah, it's already done. Everyone did 60 hours in it. They're done. What do you mean? You know? So, in regards to Clair Obscure, here's what's going on. As you play through the game, incrementally, the character who serves as your vehicle for the game, Esquier, you ride him and he's fast travel basically because he goes over the overworld map. You don't have to fight when you're on his back. He at first can only go over the ground. Then after a while, he can break crystals to go to new areas. Then he can swim. Then he can start to swim through coral. Eventually, he's going to be able to dive and jump and fly and do all this other stuff. Each time that you get to a milestone in the story, he gains a new ability, and then all this new content opens up in the game. So each and every time that this has happened, I explore the map and I do content. There's an optional dungeon over here, an optional super boss over here. Now, normally, in the game, you wouldn't be able to do all the content because it's tough. For example, there's super dungeons that have opened up that I walked into them level 30 and the enemies are level 70. Whoa, well, you shouldn't be able to beat that, but I can. Why can you beat it? Well, let's see. Because, FYI, I've played turn-based RPGs my whole life, so I'm good at them. And I played fighting games. So why does that factor in? Because in fighting games, you need incredibly good hand-eye coordination. You need to be able to do timed button presses and joystick taps in order to counter what your opponent is coming at you with. So how does that factor into Clair Obscure? Well, the combat system has a parry system. If you're playing this game and you run into something that's really tough, as long as you can read its attacks and parry by pressing a button when it hits you, you can literally absorb all its damage and then turn it back against it with a counterattack. Essentially, if you're good at parrying, you're invincible in Clair Obscure. No kidding. It's just true. You will actually beat pretty much everything in the game if you're good at parrying. So I go into a level 70 dungeon at level 30, and I start winning. And people are like, that doesn't make any sense. Literally, no other person who played this game walked into this dungeon at your level and was able to complete it. Well, I can, because I'm different. Do you remember when I played Elden Ring, and we finally walked into the open world map for the first time, and right there in front of you is that knight on the horse with a big-ass weapon. And everyone said, blah, we'll take him on, and got completely trounced by him and said, this, we'll go back later. I said, no, I'm going to beat that guy right now. And it took me like an hour and a half, but I did it. On that very first stream of Elden Ring, I persevered, I learned the pattern, I beat that knight. And that was an incredible challenge, but that was an awesome way to open up that challenging playthrough to show that I had the skill level to overcome. That's exactly how I'm playing Clair Obscure, okay? In Clair Obscure, when this side content is opening up, And most people say, "F it, it's too hard. I'll come back later." Nope. I'm gonna challenge myself. I'm gonna see if I can do it. And I've been able to do it all. I think there's only literally one super boss and one other area that it was just so instant death, and the health pools were too big. There was no way I was gonna be able to beat them. So I said, all right, I'll come back to those later. But for the most part, I've done everything else. Okay? People are telling me I did it wrong. Well, now because you did that, you're over leveled. Well, wait a minute. If I skipped all the side content and I only did the main story, then you would have complained that I missed all the side content of the game and I rushed through it. Hence, I don't really know I don't have a good idea of the game, and the playthrough sucked because I just rushed and I didn't take my time. You know, like you guys told me back in the day, and everyone said that those playthroughs sucked, right? So, I changed myself in the last 15 years to be a different kind of creator per your feedback. Now all of a sudden, that's wrong. I should have just turboed through this game, apparently. Okay, so I'm not sure exactly what I'm supposed to do, because every time it seems I play something, I'm somehow doing it wrong. Even when I'm listening to direct feedback, I'm somehow doing it wrong. I don't get it, okay? Now, in the case of Clair, if you believe that doing the side content actually ruins the game, you have the right to that opinion, but you should take that opinion and you should direct it towards the parties who are culpable for that, the game devs. If the side content of the game is actually not meant to be played, then go complain to them and say, why is it in there? Right? If by doing the side content, I become so overleveled that nothing in the game will be fun anymore, then why are you complaining to me? I don't, does it make me sense, does it? I'm just playing the game that was presented to me. I'm playing the parts that open up in the story as I approach them. Hell, that super dungeon was actually right there in line with the story. It wasn't even like, oh, I went out of my way to go find it. It was literally right there. Now, it showed danger red, but it was right in front of me. Let me give it a shot. Oh, look, I just beat it. And now I'm over level. Well, how is that my fault? Because I'm too good at the game. Literally what you're saying is, because I'm so good at the game, the playthrough sucks. That's exactly what you're saying. I'm so good at Clair, my playthrough's bad because nothing's beating me. That's really what you're saying. It's, if you had played the game and you were finding all this trouble and adversity and you were raging and basically you were, sucking at the game, then we could make more memes, right? Then we could do clips and we could put them on X and on TikTok and on Reddit, and we could have millions of views making fun of how bad you are at the game. But you're not doing that, so your playthrough sucks. You. Yes, every one of you out there. You. To anyone who says this kind of dumb shit, go f yourself. You're a f***ing waste of my time, and you're a waste of life if that's all you think. Because Darkseid feels good at something, his playthrough sucks. No, you're a loser. If all you care about is toxicity and failure, and all you want to do is bring someone down because they're good at something, you're the f***ing problem. Not me. My playthrough doesn't suck. My playthrough is one of the best playthroughs of Clair, because I'm showing you that anyone who has skill can actually beat any portion of this game at any time. All you need to do is time the parries. Tell me another f***ing content creator who's made a playthrough like that of that game. Name a one singular one. I'd love to hear it. So because I'm doing something differently, better than everyone else, and you can't make fun of me for it, you're mad. Too f***ing bad. Go f***ing off a cliff. Because that's about the value that you have if that's the kind of person you want to be. You're a toxic individual on the internet who only cares when someone's in suffering and misery. That's f***ed up. Seriously, what is wrong with you if that's your mentality? Now, let's continue positively, okay? What I want to do moving forward is actually figure out, do I play lengthy games? Because I don't see a way to do it and keep attention on me. To be honest, I feel like the modern gaming industry You literally only get, sadly, a week to talk about a game. After that, it's absolutely true that everyone's on to the next topic, on to the next trend, on to the next thing. This is why I've told you guys for years I'm apprehensive about actually playing lengthy games. Okay? I don't know what else to do because I don't know how to make those playthroughs viable. I don't know how to make them work. Even if I had rushed through Clair Obscure and only done the story, people would have said the playthrough sucked because you didn't do the content. So now I beat the content that's challenging and I master the game, and people say your playthrough sucks. I think we see a problem here, and the problem isn't me. The problem is you. Because you're so fucking toxic. People out there who are never satisfied at all, no matter what I do. I can't please those people, do you understand? It doesn't matter how I play a game, they're always gonna whine and bitch and complain about it. So instead of focusing on this giant crowd of losers on the internet who all they want to do is be toxic, I need to hone in on the factors that make people who actually like my content come by and engage and support with it. So the question is, what happened with Clair Obscure where we were getting that attention, we were getting that support, and all of a sudden, yesterday it fell off? What happened with Blueprints? That we were having people come by and say, listen, please make this a day stream because we love this game and we want the playthrough to continue and we'll support it. But then we're not getting that support anymore. What happened, right? What's the change? Is it because it's too long? In the case of Blueprints, it really, really baffles me because we're actually now unraveling the game-long mysteries that have been big questions the entire time. And now we're getting those answers and we're getting near the end of the game. We've opened 3 out of the 8 final doors. We're starting to piece together the clues we can do to solve the puzzles behind those doors. And that's literally the end of the game. So, what's next, right? Like why are we losing audience? Why are we losing support for Blueprints? I'm actually stumped. And this is what I want to hear. I don't want to hear, oh, your playthrough suck, you're boring. It's not. That's the toxic peanut gallery being toxic. Those are the people who will never admit that I've done anything good. These are the people that will crap on me no matter what. The same people who said, oh, look at this, making fun of Phil playing Doom, when literally that's what everyone did in that room in Doom because it was full of explosive barrels. But you use me as the scapegoat and you take it out of context to get a meme for yourself and get millions of views of clickbait because you're a fucking lying loser. Okay? I don't care about that. What I care about is my core audience of people who will come by and actually engage and support me for these playthroughs. So the question is, what's changed? So I'd like feedback. I'd like genuine feedback. What do I do with Clair Obscure and what do I do with Blueprints? I've invested over 30 hours into each game. I love the games. I feel that the playthroughs are great. So what is going on that I need to change? Do I need to change the schedule? What do I do? I honestly don't have the answers, but it's frustrating because when I finally invest this much time into games because you guys asked me to. By the way, I didn't even know about Blueprints, had no idea it existed. You guys convinced me to play it. I love it. Now I'm at fault for playing it. Every time I play it, the toxic bitches, why are you playing this? Go away. Come back when there's something that gets your really bad ADD attention span and stop bothering us because we're enjoying Blueprints. Okay? I don't need to hear the toxic shit. We don't. Okay? I'm just tired of it. Tired of hearing this buzzing that really doesn't matter because those people never support my content anyway, so why do I have to hear it? It doesn't mean anything, right? It's just a bunch of fucking noise to annoy all of us. Artist, maybe people went on vacation for Memorial Day. Yeah, those kind of things, as much as you might want to try to use those as justifications, they've always been red herring excuses. There is no, oh, there's a holiday. Oh, people are broke right now. It's bullshit. If that were the case, the entire industry would fall apart. Do you understand? No one would be able to stream. No one would make any money. That's just, it's nonsense. There's the, oh, well, don't you know that people were waiting for their tax breaks to come in and then they're going to support you? That's not bullshit. People have money to support what they like, and they will. There's got to be a correlation that's not, oh, just it's a holiday or something. That's nonsense. Because then you're telling me, oh, every single streamer can't make any money this week because it was Memorial Day. That sounds like bullshit to me. So a $2 tipper says, a lot of these guys are conditioned watching This Is How You Don't Play. And so if you show a smidgen of competency in a game, they say your gameplay sucks. You could see it in the chat when you play fighting games and you're going on a winning streak. Suddenly LARPers are asking you to go back to Street Fighter 6 when you're playing this new collection. You're right. Why do they want Street Fighter 6? Because I don't like it, because I find it boring, and because I don't spend enough time on it to beat up the scrubs. When I'm playing this new collection and I'm actually doing well, go, oh, that's horrible, I was boring. No, it's not boring. I'm doing well and you're just a loser. Okay, you don't like the fact that I'm good at games, okay? Face it, I'm actually good at some games, okay? Not all of them. Most of them I do suck at. Old school fighting games, I'm really good at. Some modern games, Clair Obscure, I'm actually really good at it. The parrying, I've done exceptionally well. I beat a level 70 dungeon when I went in at like level 30, okay? I'm actually good at the game. Too bad that you can't accept that. Doom the Dark Ages, I actually did not suck at. Now, I'm not saying I was good at it, because I wasn't. But I actually did not suck at that game. It doesn't matter how many mouth-drooling idiots watched a meme on the internet thinking that, because they're mouth-drooling idiots, I'm actually not bad at Doom the Dark Ages. It doesn't matter what your meme is and what your narrative is that you push, you're still fucking wrong. It doesn't matter how many idiotic, cackling morons are around you, you're still wrong. And the smart people look at you from the outside and say, wow, the masses really are getting dumber by the fucking day. I'm not actually bad at every game. There's nothing that you can do about it. Kiss my ass. Thanks for the $2 tip, whoever that was, because it was anonymous. So really what we need to figure out, because this is me being pretty transparent here, is what to do, man. I don't know what to do about these lengthy playthroughs. What do I do about Clair Obscure right now? What do I do about blueprints right now? Right now I have a blueprint stream. Right now we're doing no matter what. And we've got a Clair Obscure stream I'm doing tomorrow no matter what. Outside of that, I literally don't know what else to do moving forward. I want to continue to play and finish these games. But I also can't be like, oh, time to play Clair Obscure. So time to make $5 an hour today. Because people are burnt out on it. You know, if you guys literally said to me right now, play Clair Obscure, just finish the story, I would do it. Because I don't want the playthrough to die, but at the same time, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to get significantly less enjoyment out of doing that. I feel like I want to do the content in the game, and I'm missing out on a representation of what that game is meant to be if I don't do this content that is opened up in front of me. But people are saying they're bored, just beat the story. I don't know. I mean, that would make me sad, but I would do what you guys want. All right? Because I am, to be honest, I'm beholden to the viewer. I have to do what you guys want. I can't just sit here like a fool and do what I want all day, every day. I'll go out of business. I have to listen to feedback from the viewers and do what they ask for. Okay? Yeah. Princess Luna, as much as I would like to do that, it's not possible. Princess Luna says, do you consider finishing games off stream, uploading them as separate videos, and then finishing other games on stream? I would have to clone myself. I'm here in this office around 10:30 a.m. every day till about 4:30 p.m. Then I get about an hour to an hour and a half break, which is me eating and doing errands and spending some time with my wife. I'm back in this office by 6:30, and I don't get to leave until after 10:30. Then I spend an hour with my wife, and I go to bed. That's my day. I don't have endless extra hours to do offline gameplay content and do offline series plus streaming online series. I can't. I would have to have a team of people working for me to pull that off. And I don't. I'm a one-man show. I always have been. And some of the appeal of what I do is because I'm not sold out, I'm not corporate. I don't treat this like I'm put on a fucking suit and tie to pump out this highly polished content. It's just a dude enjoying games, right? So, I don't think that your suggestion is off kilter or crazy or you're ill-spirited at all. Don't take it like that. I'm just saying that's just not viable. Either I'm a full-time interactive streamer or I'm an offline YouTuber. I can't be both. I can't clone myself to have, oh, I played Clair Obscure offline and upload many hours of footage of that a day. Plus, I'm doing 6 to 8 hours of streaming a day. I can't do it. I'll be honest, I am exhausted with the level that I work. If you haven't noticed, I've been trying to take extra time off to spend with my wife. We want to take an extra day off for the next few weeks, and we don't even know when we can do it. Can't do it this week because of night rain. Can't do it next week because you got both the launch of the Switch 2 and you got Summer Game Fest. Don't even know if we can do it the week after. I don't know. It's like frustrating right now, So, I don't think that's the solution. But my content is streamed content. Get it? King Ferb says maybe the days of completing all games are a thing of the past. Well, that's true. And the thing is, if you notice, this year I did try out a few games that I didn't continue with, and people had issue with that. Oh, what's wrong with you? Now you don't finish any games anymore. What is up with that you play a game, but we like it, we invested in it, and now you're not gonna like look what happened with the crazy weirdo indie game. What the hell's the name of it? I can't even remember the name of it, right? But we played it for like a month and a half. Hold on. The hell is the name of the game? A complete brain. Oh, Disco Elysium, right? There's a game that I started playing it. I was intrigued. It's one of the weirdest games, right, that I've ever played. But after a while, all the interest waned, and I was like, it ain't gonna work anymore, right? So just don't play it anymore. Oh, how dare you? How dare you? Could have gave us another rage quit. What's hilarious is that there are tons of game streamers out there who literally will play a game once or twice to see if it catches on. If it catches on and people like it and support it, they'll keep playing it. If it doesn't get, any kind of attention or support within 1 or 2 streams, they dump it. And that's their methodology, and no one cares. Everyone's like, that's fine. That makes sense. But to me, wage quit. What a horrible thing. What are you talking about? That any business that tries something new has a new offering to the customers. If the customers don't actually catch on and buy it or want it, they stop offering it, right? You have a sandwich shop and you sell Philly cheesesteaks, but you decide now you're going to have the chicken cheesesteak as well. If it doesn't sell within 2 weeks, you just keep buying the chicken, even though you're not selling it, or do you say, all right, I'll just go back to focusing on the Philly cheesesteaks? That's business. But people are dumb and they want to turn it into toxic stuff. I do believe that moving forward, I can't just commit to fully finishing every single game I play. On the flip side of that, okay, there are games like, for example, here we go, Clair Obscure Blueprints. They did well at first. Absolutely they did. I love them, and now we've invested so much time in them, I don't want to give them up. But again, I can't continue to say, well, now I have 2-3 games in the rotation that are 30 hours long, and now no one's showing up in the support, so what do I do? Inichiro says, personally, I don't mind lengthy playthroughs, but my opinion matters little because I am newer here. Definitely try and play something you might enjoy, though. Don't be afraid to drop stuff. Hey, thank you. You hear it's the actual opposite. You hear says that's the issue. Instead of seeing yourself as a streamer, sounds like you see yourself as a business person. It makes you seem like you don't have passion anymore. No, the problem is I have so much passion that I haven't sold out, so I don't have to worry about this shit anymore. Okay? Why are there content creators much bigger than me that don't have to worry about this? Because they have 4,000 sponsors, because they shill crap products, games that are garbage, but they tell you to buy them. There's ads all over their shit. Click here for the referral code. Click here to buy this piece of freaking trash, right? Or they've completely become nonsensical, very toxic content creators that are only there for drama and sensationalist purposes, so they get the drama views and bait, so they don't have to worry about, actually getting views and support for a playthrough because they're so busy ragging on people and hurting things all around them, burning everything scorched earth. Doesn't matter, they're just so super popular and make tons of money anyway. I'm not like any of that. Literally, I don't do drama, and I don't chill. I don't do the 2 things that actually takes the soul away from a content creator. That's why I'm so passionate. That's why you see me actually bothered by this, okay? Another creator will be like, okay, just drop the game. Don't give a shit about it, right? We'll just go on to whatever's going to print me more money today. On to the next sponsored stream. On to the next paid thing. On to the next. Oh, man, my playthrough didn't do well yesterday. Let's do a big drama video today. Let's rip someone apart. Let's do some kind of big expose. Let's just make, who cares who I hurt? As long as I print money today, that's all I care about. That's not me. And that's never going to be me. I'm not that kind of person. So it's literally the opposite of what you're saying. The reason that it comes across the way that you're saying is because I have a peanut gallery of toxic losers who spin it that way because they're very jealous of me and they don't like me and they don't want me to succeed, so they have to push it as a negative narrative. I could easily have done all those other things to be above the level of, oh, gotta worry if a playthrough does well. I could have done all of them, and I would have lost my soul along the way. I wouldn't have had the passion, I wouldn't have had the ingenuity, I wouldn't have had the honesty that I have in my content. I would have had to kiss butt. Yeah, I mean, listen. Right now, because Zangief just said this over in the Kick Chat, he's talking about the FGC stuff, right? Why is Darkside Phil the only person who has issue with rollback netcode? I'm not. I'm just the only person who has an audience who actually complains about the rollback netcode. I'm the only person who lied out to not an overly positive audience, but I still have an echo chamber. So when I say rollback netcode sucks, and the canons literally ruined the capacity for online play for fighting games because people are too ignorant to know rollback sucks. When I say that, it resonates with a huge group of people, but they're not the people who are in positions of power in the FGC. Get it? They're not. The people who are in the positions of power can't say rollback sucks because that means all the content they make is null and void and worthless. So they'll never admit it. But I can tell you right now, there are people in the FGC who hate rollback just as much as me. They just don't have that soapbox to stand on for people who listen to them. Let me tell you something. You're playing a fighting game, and you kick someone and it says KO, and then the round continues. So you hit them with a fireball, and the game says KO, but the round continues. So then you hit them with an uppercut, and finally they die on the third hit. That game is a piece of shit, and the netcode is completely worthless. There is not a single person in the fighting game community who will ever dispute that behind closed doors, but publicly they will. But behind closed doors, they will all say, that is awful. They would all watch my match from the other day where I had to kill the person 3 fucking times to win the round and say, that's some of the worst I've ever seen in my life. Wow, that's just embarrassing. But they'll never say that publicly. Because I am not a sellout or a shill. I am able to be honest with you. You get it? That's why I stand apart. Why do you think I'm still here after 15 plus years while others have faded out into obscurity? Why do you think? Because I'm different. Because I have not fell in line with all the other crap. I refuse to. So, will people stick around for Blueprints? Will you engage in support with Blueprints here in its final hours? We're nearing the end of the game. Someone actually said it doesn't have a definitive ending. It actually does. If you open all 8 doors and you solve the puzzles, you get the true ending of the game from what I'm to understand. But we're getting there. We've solved one of them, we're solving more, We're gonna get to that eventually. But we have to figure it out. So, will people show up and stick around for today? Will you please support Blueprints so that we can get the goals, we can actually get support, we can do rewards? Here's the thing I'm nervous about, all right? We have goals in line right now, all right? Like, for example, I wanted to hit our goal milestone by the end of the week. Because if we did it by the end of the week, we could do this DSP tries at Burger King or whatever. And then we could, by the end of next week, hit 100 goals and we could do a marathon. All right?